everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I am down here in the city of Coatesville, which is just about 5 minutes away from my home. And I have a little bit of history to give you, but before I do that, I just want to tell you 4 more days to finish up schoolwork. Hang in there, you all did so great. A special thanks to the parents and to the teachers and to my students for working so hard in this first time of doing distance learning. Now, you can see here, I'm in front of the Lucan Steel train. Lucan Steel was a prominent employer in the city of Coatesville. It was known as the Pittsburgh of the East because of its steel production. A lot of people were employed through Coatesville in Lucan's, but today, unfortunately, it is bought out by an Indian company, Mittal, so it's not known as Lucan's. One famous thing is Rebecca Lucan's was one of the first prominent CEOs, women in the United States. There's a museum down here that you can come and see if you like. But the main thing we're going to show you is something that has to do with the 9/11 tragedy. And many of you may not even know this, but Lucan Steel did the foundation, what they called the trees for the Twin Towers 1 and 2. And down here in Coatesville, they have a nice memorial set that if you ever come to Coatesville, it's on Route 30 and 1st Avenue. You can actually see one of the original trees from the Twin Towers. A lot of times these trees are called forks because of their shape, and you'll see that in a moment here as we're approaching. But you can see in the background, this is the mill, and it's still being used today, producing steel. And Coatesville became known as the Steel City because of the production of steel that they did in the United States. So as you see, we're approaching the memorial, and that's one of the actual trees that came from the Twin Towers. So they needed a strong base for the towers, and Coatesville, Lucan's, got the job. And here are some great pictures. You can see on this wall here that talks about the making of the trees, and then you can see them still standing there in some of the pictures of the Twin Towers. So after the Twin Towers, of course, were destroyed, they decided to bring them back to the city of Coatesville. And it was a big deal that they came and they brought them across the George Washington Bridge through New Jersey, Delaware to Coatesville. And here we have one of the actual trees that's on display. Now, another thing that they did down here is they put a memorial up to the men or women who may have died in the mill when they were working. So this is dedicated to them for losing their lives on the job. So this is just a little bit of history. I think maybe people don't realize that Coatesville actually has this prominent memorial here. So if you're ever in Coatesville, 1st Avenue and 30, just come and stop and see this. I hope you have a great weekend. 1 more week and we're done. Until I talk to you next time. God bless.